Okay, so now that we got out the new layout and we worked out most of the kinks, um, which again, I really appreciate you being willing to share when you run into issues or just have frustrations with things or things aren't clear. It's helping us make it a better product. But I believe we got most everything addressed. If you find anything else, please continue to let us know. We've been addressing those very quickly, I feel. And then Jamie and I have also been testing through the app, the web version. You should see the text change and the screenshots we've got going of things. Just always monitoring, trying to make sure we've got everything fully functional. But anyways, one of my goals now is to make it easier for you to access the information that you're storing, not just to save you time, which the first report I feel like it will do, but the second thing is to help you to continually be more intentional about your ministry, to really be able to see this is where my students are, this is where I want to be. Now, leaders, staff members, let's have some conversations about how we can get there. And so that's kind of what I hope this tool is going to continue to help you do. Anyways, down here in this little data thing, I've added a couple reports. I'm going to continue to add reports over the next couple weeks. But then also, as you think of reports that you might need, that might help you, let me know. And I can probably figure out how to generate them. So one that I've added is student notes. This is a real simple little report. It literally just takes that student notepad and generates a report, and then you can search your kids and filter them if you need to, okay? Or if you wanted to, you can just go up and just print the page, okay? The reason I did this is I know a lot of you are copying and pasting in registration information for camps, allergies. I noticed a lot of that. Things like that. As you've shared with me kind of what you needed out of this, places to store this extra information. So I want to make it easier for you to get that printed, carry it with you if you need to, or again, just pull it up. So that's there. This one I may go ahead and add into the app because most of the new reports are just going to be on the website desktop version because how long it takes some of them to pull, and also because of a feature you're going to see on this one. The next thing is spiritual goals. So again, we put in the spiritual goals. We have some default ones that will auto load for your ministry if you want to use those based off what we are trying to do. And you'll see we're kind of new into using the program to track it because and this is actually my little test account, so you'll see that not a lot of progress has been made, quote unquote, on these spiritual goals. But the goal of that is to think through when a kid enters the ministry in 6th grade, 7th grade, whenever, and by the time they graduate, what are some things we want to make sure they've done? Well, I think that's great to store that, but it'd be better if you can easily see. So what you can do is you can just decide to group it by the goal. And if you do that, what it'll do is it'll list out like goal 1 and then all the kids and whether they completed it. And then goal 2 and goal 3. You can do it by group so you can see the classes, and then you can choose the classes you want to pull the report for, or by student. And that means that each student will get their own row and you can see that information. And then also the goal types. We have student type goal, leader goals, and we also have status goals for visitors, members, active disciples, if you want to get that detailed about those next steps. We're actually just doing the 10 goals for students in our ministry, and so that's what I'm going to pull. Now, you can also set a date range. For some of you, if you wanted to see how they've done this month, that quarter, and what it will do is it'll show you still all of the goals that have been completed, but the ones that were completed in that range, the date that they were completed will be highlighted in green, so you can still see what was done in that range, but also still see overall what's happening at the same time. So I wanted you to see that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and run this report. Now, again, this is my test database. It's got like 700 kids because I want to kind of think of the worst case, or I guess really the best case scenario of how long some of these things might take. And so you'll get your little status message, and it's going to run the report. And then what I can see is the total number of goals completed in my ministry. This means overall, how many are done, okay? Then it's going to go check. Now, we have 10 goals. You may have less, okay? And you're going to see how it's got these labels. So you can see I actually, out of my ministry, okay, I've got really one or two, like about 3 goals completed because, again, I've just been testing some things. And so I can see the percent completed. I can see the percentage uncompleted on each goal. And so you can really track and see. And so maybe for you it would be flipped and like 75% of them saved. That's great. But only 25% of them join the church. And you go, wow, we've really got to figure out how we're going to make those next steps. When we have these conversations about salvation, and maybe you have your youth night baptism service like we do, well, then how do we actually get them to take the next steps out of our midweek doors into our Sunday morning doors and actually go join the church? Depending on how things are set up for you and your guidelines. So, plug in a small group, same thing. And so you can kind of see those percentages, but then also you can go down and look at each kid. I give you the list of goals in case you've forgotten what your goals are. And then you can see the kid, see the goals, and then you can see when they completed that goal to see that, yeah, it's done. Okay, so just to see that. But then you can also download a CSV export. So that way, if you want to email this to leaders, print a meeting, and sit down and have conversations about kids and highlight it and do different things, you can do that. Or even maybe copy and paste if you need to export in other systems. So I'm really trying to use those CSV files to help out with those things. So that's that spiritual goals report. It helps you to be more intentional. And you can see, obviously, right now I've got 100% unfinished, which would mean, I need to, crack the whip with my kids. But again, this is a test account. Hopefully your numbers would look better. So I encourage you, one, use those spiritual goals. Once you add a student, you go to the edit student screen, there's a spiritual goals tab, and you just check the box when they finish it. It updates the date, and it's really quick and fast and easy. And then you can always pull these reports monthly, quarterly, however you want to do that, and see that information. If you've got feedback on that, if there's other reports you want added, please let me know, and we look forward to continuing to serve you.